deaths of Major General Francis Takirwa and Major General Dio Sande within days of each other have sparked significant conversation in Uganda. In this video, I'm going to take a professional breakdown of the timeline, history, legal frameworks, and the strategic context surrounding these events. Timeline of recent events, February 2026. February the 7th, 2026, Major General Francis Takirwa, the Deputy Commander of Land Forces, passes away at the UPDF National Referral Hospital in Muhoozi. He had been hospitalized since December 2025 due to complications from a stroke. February the 7th, 2026, same day, General Muhoozi CDF confirms the promotion and appointment of Major General Joseph Musoke Semwanga as the new Deputy Commander of Land Forces. The Army clarified this transition actually began in December 2025 when Takirwa became incapacitated. February the 11th, 2026, Major General Dio Sande, commander of the Armored Division in Masaka, died suddenly in Mpigi. He was in transit to Kampala to attend the funeral service of his colleague General Takirwa. He reportedly developed breathing complications on the way. Profile: Major General Francis Takirwa. General Takirwa was widely regarded as a border hawk and a disciplinarian. His career was defined by a strict stance on national integrity. Border safety advocacy, he famously warned local leaders against taking bribes to register non-Ugandans, specifically in Mubende and southwestern Uganda, viewing illegal migration as a primary threat to national security.
So that in most cases they come with other intentions. Then the biggest affected area is Mubende. They come in as a group of some migrants from inside Uganda, only to find later that they are not Ugandans. So they bribe their way through. Because for an LC chairperson, 5,000 may look small in your eyes here, but to them that's an achievement. So if they register about 8 people, say per week, that's 40,000 per week. Everybody is entertained fully. No, first study their motive. First look at what they are doing. Now they were saying that they come seeking asylum, they stay here, they cultivate. After harvest, they carry back to their house. Oh, why would that be? Because if they are in for peace, then why should they go back to the country that tormented them?
Service history: a veteran since 1989, he served as the 2nd Division Commander in Mbara, covering the western border, and had a distinguished tour in Somalia under AMISOM 2011-2012. Political role: he served as one of the 10 UPDF representatives in the 10th Parliament, bridging the gap between military strategy and national policy. The Muhoozi tweet and migration policy. In the weeks leading up to this event, General Muhoozi made several public statements regarding regional relations and migration policy shift. Muhoozi has recently advocated for a more borderless Pan-African approach, which included the removal of certain migration restrictions. This was specifically noted regarding the Banyarwanda community and border relations with Rwanda, where he tweeted, "I have decided to remove all the officers and immigration that were making life hard for Uganda, Banyarwanda, to get IDs immediately. Others will be appointed soon." Contrasting philosophies. While Takirwa's history was rooted in safe borders through strict vetting and local accountability, Muhoozi's recent directives have leaned toward regional integration and easing the movement of people. This has led to public debate about the shifting security doctrine within the UPDF. People are wondering, does the law allow Muhoozi to fire migration officers? Well, under Ugandan law, the question of whether General Muhoozi, as the Chief of Defense Forces, can order changes to migration officers is complex, as it involves the intersection of military authority and civilian administration. The legal divide, military versus civilian authority. Technically, the Directorate of Citizenship and Immigration Control, DCIC, is a civilian agency under the Ministry of Internal Affairs, not the Ministry of Defense. Uganda Citizenship and Immigration Control Act, CAP 66. This law mandates that migration officers are under the jurisdiction of the National Citizenship and Immigration Board. The Commissioner for Immigration is responsible for the department, reporting to the Minister of Internal Affairs, currently General Kahinda Otafire. UPDF Act 2005. This gives the Chief of Defense Forces, the CDF, command over the military. It does not explicitly grant the CDF power to hire, fire, or transfer civilian civil servants in other ministries. How the order can be legal. Despite the clear legal separation, there are three scenarios where such an order is exercised within the framework of Ugandan governance. National Security Mandate. Article 209 of the Constitution tasks the UPDF with cooperating with civilian authority in emergency situations. If a border or migration issue is classified as a national security threat, example, illegal entry of combatants, the CDF may issue directives that affect how migration officers operate in that specific zone. Military personnel in civilian roles. Many migration and border roles in Uganda are currently filed by seconded UPDF officers. If the migration officers in question are actually military personnel wearing civilian tags, the CDF has absolute authority to recall or redeploy them. Presidential authority. The President of Uganda is the Commander-in-Chief of the Army and the appointing authority for the Immigration Board. If General Muhoozi issues an order on behalf of or with the backing of the President, it carries the weight of the executive branch, making it difficult for the Ministry of Internal Affairs to challenge. The Banyarwanda context. The specific removal of officers against Banyarwanda is seen as a high-level policy shift. In Uganda, Banyarwanda is a recognized indigenous tribe under the 1995 Constitution. The conflict. General Takirwa viewed strict registration as a security necessity. General Muhoozi viewed the targeting of this specific group claim by migration officers as harassment or discrimination. By ordering their removal, Muhoozi is essentially enforcing a political and constitutional directive, equality of tribes, using his leverage as the CDF, even if the administrative paperwork must technically be signed by the Ministry of Internal Affairs. Legal and administrative framework for replacement. The quick announcement of a replacement for General Takirwa, General Semwanga, is guided by the UPDF Act of 2005, command continuity. The law and the military doctrine prioritize the command and control principle. A vacuum in the deputy commander of land forces role, especially during a period of regional tension, is considered a security risk. Acting capacity versus appointment. While a district or civilian administrative post might remain vacant during a mourning period, military orders of battle require an immediate successor, often designated acting, to maintain the chain of command. December 2025 President, the UPDF clarified that General Semwanga had been performing these duties since December 2025 when Takirwa's health first failed, making the quick replacement a formalization of an existing arrangement to keep a department active. Summary of the second death. Major Dodoth Sande was a pivotal figure in the UPDF's heavy metal armored capabilities. Based in Masaka, his death is seen as a major blow to the technical leadership of the army. Context. Unlike Takirwa's long illness, Sande's death was sudden, occurring while he was performing a final act of camaraderie for a fallen peer. Political footprint. Sande was also known for his firm stance during the 2021 elections, where he famously asserted that the military would not simply hand over power to the opposition, making him a central figure in Uganda's internal security discourse.